Fire numbers will be low today. The other reason is because Magic Online. Alright, Bant Eldrazi. This is a fringe deck that's existed in Modern for a long time. You play Noble Hierarch and Eldrazi Temple in an attempt to accelerate into things that are a little bit too expensive otherwise for the format. We get to play Ancient Stirrings. We get to play Ancient Stirrings in this deck, which is nice. Get to do Thought-Knot Seers a little bit more consistently. I do like the inclusion of 3 Thalia in the main deck of this deck. I will say that. Just because, like, this is a proactive card that doesn't really impact us, and it slows down other linear decks in the format to give us more disruption. So, let's go ahead and dive in. What year is it? The standard deck you played in the rival tournaments on my website? Yeah. Yeah, it's on Blue-Green Climb, Blue-Green X Climb. Find lots of great stuff up there. I think I keep hands like this. It doesn't do anything very quickly, but it's got, like, EE and Path to be interactive. And, like, that's going to hopefully find us a threat to do before this turn. Hey, Negative. Thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I almost feel like they did... I almost feel like their timing on announcing the new Mulligan rule was bad. Or, like, that they're going to be testing a new Mulligan rule is bad. Just because, like, the Mythic Championship is going on this weekend. And, like, now a bunch of people are distracted by the fact that, like, there's a new Mulligan rule coming. Rather than the fact that, like, they should be hyped that there's a Mythic Championship going on. Feel like they've gotten their hype misaligned. I'm just going to go ahead and take Eldrazi Temple here. I guess Displacer's probably pretty good against a Noble Hierarch deck. Captain America, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Displacer. It's probably pretty good against most creature decks. A bit more of a heads up. How much more of a heads up do you want than, like, 3+ months? What's a reasonable heads up to you if it's not 3 months? Three or more months? How much? What's reasonable? No, it's the next one. It's the next one. You can take a free mulligan if your opponent mulligans as well in Magic. Just you both have to agree to it. What are they doing? Are they just playing, like, Knight of the Reliquary stuff? There's a Field of Ruin in their deck. Casting spells is so glacially painful. You're just like, use my mana, Moto, please. Please use my mana. Yeah. That's the technicality on how it works, Punishy Waterfalls. You got me. They must just be playing, like, Abzan Value Company. So, I could take this Thought-Knot Seer, but I feel like... Does anybody else feel like they probably just don't have any spells in their hand? I kind of want to just take the Eldrazi Temple and just, like, get Drowner of Hope plus my Displacer going. Gotta have good food close by, Isha. Yeah, you didn't miss much though, as CTR. The 4-color loam deck was kind of disappointing. We got Maverick, we got Miracles, and then I ended up just conceding a mirror because I didn't want to play another Wasteland mirror. The night of the Reliquary mirrors are kind of miserable in my opinion. All right, so we have officially entered garbage time. The game is over. My opponent can no longer... these have power. Why did I think these didn't have power? What are the other O1s that sack for mana don't have power? Is it Eldrazi spawns that don't have power? It's Eldrazi spawns that don't have power, right? The old post-combat reveal reality smasher. Go. Chord for 2. What are we getting? Devoted Druid. Nope. Bye, Felicia. I think they're a lot worse than Deathrite Shaman mirrors at CTR because Nightmares often end with people just feels like someone just like not having lands to play Magic with, which gets really awkward. Path is great. Grafdigger's Cage is great. Thalia is not particularly good here because they don't have that many non-creatures. I wonder if this is a Stubborn Denial matchup. They probably don't have much removals. This Deputy of Detention is probably fine. Engineered Explosive is probably a little bit awkward. I'm going to bring in a couple of stubs. You want me to bring in Teferi against Devoted Druid combo? I don't think I agree with you. Like, I get that they were playing, like, Knight of the Reliquary mush, but... I think I'd rather have Stub for Coco and Cord. A garbage time emote. That's such a good idea. I think I have 2 emote slots. Garbage time and pink hair are probably going to be the ones. No, you don't board in Stony Silence here. They should have more than one. If they were purely fair, I think Teferi would be great, but the fact that they have Devoted Druid combo in their deck, I think means I want the Stubborn Denial. Yep. Things were not here to mulligan. Turn 2, Thought-Knot Seer. I don't even care what the rest of the hand is. Turn 2, Thought-Knot Seer. Keep. What X should I choose for Graces when calculating my mana math? I'd probably go with X's 4 Gabriel Paints. I'd probably use X's 4, so like try and cast it by turn 6. Do 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 do. Alright, so this is a little bit scary. It's worth noting that Engineered Explosives looks like it would actually be good here. Maybe I was wrong to cut that. I guess I don't have any 2-mana creatures. So maybe Explosives is better than Stubborn Denial. I could see Explosives being better than Stubborn Denial. Or just Ghost Quartering me. Sure. Deal. Deal-orino. Path to Exile. Rats. We're so unlucky. Yeah, if this stub had been an EE, we'd be, like, pretty good right now. But it's not, so we're not. Ghost Quartering me was pretty aggressive. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just, like, untap their Druid and, like, activate Duskwatch Recruiter at the end of my turn. Just, like, dig. Path to Exile. Eldrazi Displacer. I think I'm just gonna play Thought-Knot this turn, and then we can play Smasher next turn and, like, beep attack. Yep. Huh. Alright. There goes Walkie Boy. That could maybe mean they don't have another combo piece. They usually have a second combo piece, but, you know, maybe not. Neat. Yep. So I get to cast this, play this, do this. Draw step, I can Thought-Knot Seer them now. So you blink your Thought-Knot Seer. You stack the triggers, so they draw a card. And then you look at their hand, so they're not. You're actually like they're drawing a card, so like they're getting. You're not gaining strict card advantage so much as you're gaining card quality on them. Yeah, but can they win the question, right? Because I exiled their Walking Ballista earlier. So I don't know if they have another. I guess they have infinite. We're dead, right? Like it's still just garbage time, it doesn't matter. Like they still have infinite mana and they get to draw every creature in their deck, so like we're still just in garbage time. I misboarded this game, and these Stubborn Denials should have been Engineered Explosives. I wasn't thinking about caring about their 2s and us not having any 2s. Even if they don't have a Shalai, we're still dead there. We don't beat them just like drawing every creature out of their deck. Is it worth it to tap their Druid? Taking away its tap ability on people. They can just pay a mana. They can just put a counter on it and untap it. So this hand's actually a little bit awkward. Because if I Ancient Stirrings on 1, I have to either cut myself off a color or not be able to play Skyspawner on 2. So I think I just Eldrazi Temple on 1, and then Skyspawner on 2, and then probably Ancient Stirrings on 3. Grafdigger's Cage does stop Collecting Company of Court of Calling, that's why I boarded it in. Well, I have a Breeding Pool Python, but that cuts me off of white mana. So the Druid would be summoning sick. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Blinking it does make it summoning sick. That's a good thing to point out. Yeah, you're right. Buys us time. One thing that I would not be looking forward to with the Mulligan rule change is that the Mulligan rule change is going to make Mulliganing take longer. Like, players play Magic slowly as is, and the new Mulligan rule will make people go even more slowly because they're gonna have more decisions to make. Yeah, Arena. So Arena only has Magic's standard format, and this is Magic's one of Magic's older formats. Hey, that was a good draw. One of Magic's many older formats. So today I won't be doing any Arena since the Mythic Championship's on. So I'll be back with some Arena at some point this weekend. Your hand is just mono removal spells, huh? They all ramp me, though, which is nice. Can I afford to take Knight of the Reliquary here? I probably can't. I have to just take the Chord. One of their combo pieces. No, Gates tends to struggle versus Control Hider. It's good against mid-range, and it's fine against aggro, and it tends to be bad against control. What's the difference between Modern and Standard? So Modern is what we refer to as a non-rotating format. So unlike Standard, where Standard always has between 5 and 8 sets that are legal, Modern just gets bigger and bigger and bigger the more cards that are printed. So cards never leave Modern unless they're banned. The format only gets bigger and bigger. So Modern has a starting point and just expands. Modern is not akin to old Extended Squid Squad. Squid Squad Extended was a rotating format. Extended was like double Standard. Yeah, the playable card pool definitely gets smaller as the format gets older. That is definitely true. So they played that. I'm going to get Tech Edge next turn. I think I just sack the Scion and jam a Drowner of Hope here. I'm going to fetch Shock. Oh, I should have grabbed a Green Source. One of these two, either this or this should have been green mana since I have two Ancient Stirrings in my hand. Just get my fatties down and try and pressure them out of the game. That's fine. They're probably trophying me, so it doesn't matter. I have Tech Edge and then 3 cards I don't know at the moment. Temple's a good pickup. Do this. We could find a smusher and want to smush, right? Do I want to just smush here? They have no, smush here is bad because they. So I'm gonna take the reality smusher, but this fetch land puts knight to a 4/4 and make a knight for another fetch land and make this a 6/6. So smush this turn would not be ideal. So I can get Drowner of Hope down here. And then like tap their knight next turn and then smusher while their board is more vulnerable. We have a collected company here. We do need to fade getting combo killed here, right? Ooh, no company is good for us. Cycle the canopy. Yeah, I'm gonna host the standard portion, Time Lord. The Loam League went very poorly. You know, continue to not understand why people choose to not register Brainstorm and Legacy. Zenji, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Looking at the donation deck queue, there are only turn 1 cheese decks and brainstorm decks remaining. God bless. That's all I'm accepting from now on. The deck's either gonna win on turn 1 or have the card brainstorm in it. Yeah, soul. That's true. Soul lands and chalice. It was a chalice deck, but not having soul lands with the chalices definitely feels not great. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of lands, Aaron. Oh, so this is a small mistake here. I should have played Eldrazi Skyspawner here. Weird, I hit update on the title and it didn't go. Thanks for the heads up. Should be good now. I should have played the Skyspawner here because this would have given me a summoning sick thing. I'm gonna tap their bird. Really? Can we cast Emrakul? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're only 2 mana away from casting Emrakul. I actually could have cast it if we hadn't sacked the spawns this turn. Yeah, I agree, Header. I think the people freaking out about the combo decks just like aren't considering like how good you're gonna be able to mulligan, how well you're gonna be able to mulligan for hate cards as well. Like people are freaking out about Dredge, but like Leyline of the Void's just like always gonna be there now, right? Rest in Peace is always gonna be there. They have a quarter calling. Orzhov Pontiff would be real good here. They have cord. Would kill all of my friends. Yeah, the new rule sounds great. As someone who fancies himself marginally better than the average Magic player, I think this rule will reduce variance in Magic the Gathering. I am all for things that reduce variance in Magic the Gathering. This Orzhov Pontiff plus Path to Exile. Eternal Witness, pick back up path, sure. Just like, you know, just like watch my average stream and watch how often we shrug and just say, well, magic happened, that sucks. Like, basically what this rule change is going to do is it's going to remove games where we just shrug and go, well, magic happened, that sucks. They're actually still dead here, right? They path the 5/5 and they take 5, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they must not be playing Pontiff. I think the new rule is preferred. I also think, and this is something that I've kind of been a fan of for a while, or thought of for a while, I think if the new Mulligan rule becomes the norm, you could make being on the draw less bad in Magic. Imagine if you're on the draw in Magic, you draw 8 cards and then shuffle 1 back. You just start 1 card up. Like that would help balance out being on the draw. Being on the draw is always a huge drawback in Magic. The old Exaxes. Like that would be sweet. Do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Let's take a body when I played the Grand Prix. Oh, the same ones I'd played before. They're all the same. It's not going to fix the tempo issue, but it's going to give you more power consistently. So, like, obviously it doesn't directly address it, but it does help. Turn 2 Thought-Knot Seer. Snap it off. Snap, snap, snap it off. Snap, snap, snap it off. This is not a filter tech. Listen, someone with the name Tactical Rainbow should appreciate the fact that I am now rainbow colored, okay? Hey, love Jane Doe. Thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Turn 1, fetch Dryad Arbor, pass. Are they playing Bogles? The Unnamed. Thanks for the 6 months. I appreciate the half a year. Welcome back. Nah, slow chat is good. Big unmoderated chat is bad. What on God's green earth is going on the other side of the table? Alright, so we really need to draw a Path to Exile. Alright, what are you doing? Daybreak Coronet, Curious Obsession. Cute. Alright, so I'm going to take the Curious Obsession. So, if they play Daybreak Coronet on the Dryad Arbor next turn, my Engineered Explosives will actually kill all 3 of their enchantments, because the explosives will kill both the 1-mana enchantments, and Daybreak Coronet can only enchant an enchanted creature. So yeah, so they're gonna get a hit in here for 9, but then I'm gonna take all their enchantments away, which is fine. They're gonna get the Rancor back to their hand, but like that's fine. Just mono half days. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack here. Drowner of Hope sounds great. Drowner of Hope sounds great. I guess maybe that's wrong because I'm kind of far off of it. Since I'm losing my Noble Hierarch to the Engineer Explosives here in a second. So long, Noble Hierarch. Your sacrifice will be noted. They probably have a blank in their hand. They could theoretically have an enchantment. It's probably a blank. Yeah. Yeah, there's other people streaming too. It's also early. I'm sure there'll be other people streaming on during the Mythic Championship. I know viewership will be lower during the championship, so it's a good time to like clean out some of the backlog that we've had. Yep. So I'm gonna go to 3 here. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And you know what? I'm just gonna upkeep this Path to Exile because they could have something weird like Stubborn Denial in their deck or a Negate or a Dispel, and I just don't want to get blown out. And then they're dead on board through a blocker, which is great. Alright, Knight of Autumn, Deputy of Detention. Is this a Teferi matchup? It feels like it might almost be a Teferi matchup. I feel like I have a lot of cards that could play here. What am I supposed to not play? Drowner of Hope is probably too slow. I need Path for keeping the core off the table, and for when they like have Dryad Arbor draws. This is probably silly. Any opinions on blue-white control? Main deck can rest in peace. Yeah, stop it. Play Jeskai and don't put bad cards in your main deck. Thalia, is Thalia good enough here? Thalia might not be good enough here. Maybe I just want 3 paths, like that's enough. What do we think of this? I have 3 paths plus Deputy for core. I think Jeskai's actually better. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't care. I think if I was stupid enough to register Celestial Colonnade, I would want Lightning Bolts to go along with it. I think if you're gonna register Celestial Colonnade in Modern, you should just follow your heart, because obviously you're just gonna do whatever you want to do because you love Celestial Colonnade. So you should just pick whatever Celestial Colonnade deck makes you the happiest on the inside, and then go win or lose with that one however you want to win or lose. I'm so over trying to argue about Modern good and bad just because there's no data and everybody's just gonna do what they want anyway, so who cares? Just let people love. Let people love their blue-white control decks with main deck rests in peace, and let people love whatever else they're gonna do. Is this a keepable hand? It's kind of slow, right? It's slow and it doesn't have engineered explosives in it. I'm gonna mulligan. I didn't know I was going to feel today. I didn't know what to think. That Hogland made me feel things. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this and pass and just hold up a soft stub here. They didn't cite win rates, LRB. They cited top 8s in Grand Prix, which is troubling because citing top 8s in Grand Prix are biased in a plethora of different ways, which include the fact that the people top 8ing those Grand Prix have buys at those Grand Prix, and blue-white control is regularly the most played deck among people with 3 buys, which means the better players are playing blue-white control, which skews the data, and they all have 3 buys, which skews the data. Which that was one of the tipping points where I just don't want to talk about the Modern ban list anymore. It's just like, it is what it is. Play whatever you want. If there's not a deck you like playing in Modern, just play Standard or Legacy. Play a different format. What are buys? At events like Magic Fest and formerly Grand Prix, a buy is a free win at the start of the tournament. So if you've played enough Magic, you don't have to play some of your matches. And Platinum and Gold pros would get 3 buys. So in a 15-round tournament, they would start automatically with 3 wins. It's one of the ways that they attempt to reduce some of the variance that Magic has for players that are trying to play professionally. The best part of the Rivals coverage the other day was when What's-His-Face as said in Matthias what Hoglandia was, and there was a delicious pause. Daybreak Coronet. Nope. Let's nope that one right on out of there. Alright, if they brick off for a little bit here, Thought-Knot Seer holds down the fort. Paper is incredibly hard to watch, I agree. Even Magic Online is better to watch than Paper. Yikes. Yikes. That's a curious obsession. I need to go back and watch the coverage from the matches that I played that they covered. Might do that at some point this weekend. Alright, so they didn't play another thing this turn. I think I just play a Smasher on defense here and hope they don't hit an enchantment, I think. We're like racing, right? Like they're trying to draw enchantments, we're trying to draw engineered explosives. This thing doesn't have trample yet, thankfully. So we've got that going for us. Sweet. And if then they have to attack with something here or they lose the Curious Obsession. Wow. Yeah, they're definitely supposed to. Maybe they didn't realize that they were going to lose their thing. I bet they didn't realize they were going to lose their thing. So Curious Obsession. People that play Standard know that Curious Obsession falls off if you don't attack with something. I'm at 10, so I think I just like beep and attack for 9 here, right? New Mulligan rule is great. I think the opponent is adding a card that adds the ability to grind to their Modern deck, and Modern's not about grinding. Modern's a format that's about brutal efficiency and killing your opponent faster. And my opponent's made a change to their deck that's not about brutal efficiency or killing their opponent faster. So that would lead me to the conclusion it's probably not a good change. It's being tested at the next Pro Tour. So not the one this weekend. Look at that. Look at that. 2-0 start. Every deck gets better and more consistent, chat. Everybody keeps talking about these specific decks. Every good deck gets better and more consistent. You know which decks get worse with the new rule? All the pet decks in Modern that are actually garbage fires that win when the opponent mulligans and doesn't play Magic, those decks get worse. Every reasonable Magic deck that's actually capable of winning games when its opponent plays Magic, all of those decks get better because they get more consistent. The decks that get worse are the decks that are dog poop and we're counting on variants to screw their opponents out of matches. I honestly feel attacked right now. Good. Yeah, all the good decks get better. No, they explicitly said there would still be a Modern Pro Tour, Gorks. We had a Modern Pro Tour last year, and then when they announced all the arena stuff, they explicitly said there would still be a Modern Pro Tour every year. Although I do feel like I'm living in a weird timeline because they announced the Modern Pro Tour and I was kind of sad. I was like, oh, that means we won't have Sweet Standard at that Pro Tour. Rod, did you have a question for me? Commute to command for getting Arena. Running Arena on Linux is super easy. It's literally just install wine staging. It's super straightforward. It's just install wine staging, install Arena. The only asterisk is when there's an Arena update, you have to delete your install and reinstall it. So I took the Smusher there rather than the Displacer because with this curve, I get to go Skyspawner on 2 and then Smasher on 3, attack for 7. Yeah, if you just Google, the important thing is you need to install Wine Staging, which is Wine Staging is like the bleeding edge version of Wine, basically. But if you're using Ubuntu, there's a repository to add it. It's super easy. Smells like, could be Merfolk, could be, the fetch land implies spirits, I think. Yeah, today's only Magic Online. Iratna, I am gonna have time for a third league. Did you want me to do Summoner's Egg? Yeah, I do 100%, I do like 99.9% of my streaming from a Linux computer, Love Jane Doe. So I'm streaming Magic Online using Wine right now, and I stream Arena using Wine as well. And then OBS, the streaming software, has a native implementation. Smush, you're gonna smush. Do. Gosh, that's rude. You get 2 for 1, and I get a land, but I still feel bad about it. I've done a couple of miscellaneous streams from a Windows computer. When we were at the old house, I did a couple of streams from my backup computer. I have a backup streaming computer in case my main rig ever goes down, and that one's running Windows 10. That one's a dual boot actually, but it has Windows 10 and Ubuntu on it. Because this is my job, if there was ever an update that like made Moto or Arena not work under Wine, I have a Windows system so I can still do my job if that happened. Now, I think there's a number of you that primarily watch Moto content. There's definitely less of you, but like saying there's almost none I think is silly. I think there's likely a good number. Yeah, I saw some, I can't remember who it was. There was someone else that like they streamed as their job, and their computer was down, so they had to take their day off, and I was like, why don't you have a backup computer? Seems like very irresponsible. Does the Magic Arena Twitch plugin work when streaming on Linux? So one of my subs forked it for me, and then has I have a fork that runs natively on Linux. Yeah, the Deckmaster plugin. We have a fork. Unfortunately, the person who maintains the Deckmaster plugin doesn't respond to pull requests or comments on their GitHub really. So like I've asked, like the person asked, could they like merge it into the main so it doesn't impact the Windows stuff but still works for me. So I'm working out of a fork because apparently they don't have time or don't care. Probably just don't have time. Assuming it's don't have time. Correct. Yeah, I'm not saying new streamer. I'm talking about it was someone who like they stream as a full-time job and have a bunch of subs like I do and like didn't have a second computer. It's not AGH, I'm talking about someone who's making, you know, thousands of dollars per month streaming. I'm talking about bigger streamers where this is their 9-to-5 job. So, again, context to what I'm saying is very important and relevant here. I think it's irresponsible if you are deriving your sole source of income from this. Like, obviously, if you're streaming for fun, right, like, it's whatever. Like, I didn't have a second computer when I was just doing this as a part-time job, because it wasn't a job, right? Ugh. I guess I can just attack, because Eldrazi Displacer can just, like, diddle anything they flash into play. So the Silly Herald lets them tap things whenever another spirit enters play, so they're gonna get to tap my stuff. Sure. If they get their Bogle setup going, we could be in trouble. So I'm gonna attack, and then before blockers, I'm gonna tap this. Yeah, you're not wrong, Makeshift. You're not wrong. And I definitely aim to be super organized with what I do, and I know that I'm almost certainly the exception and not the rule, right? So during my opponent's upkeep, I'm gonna blink one of my Skyspawners at the end of their turn to make another token. So they have 2 cards. We're going pretty successfully wide here. Thalia is going to be a card that we board out in this matchup. It looks like my opponent, the Nebelgast Herald especially, makes me think that my opponent is probably just straight blue-white spirits. Oop. Oh, that's a good draw. Alright, so land. Enter combat. I want to attack before I do anything because diddling their spirits will let them tap things with the Nebelgast Herald. So I get to attack, I get to path this, and then I can go hey diddle diddle, and they'll be tapped. So now before blockers, we'll go ahead and we'll path this. We played Vanifear Pod recently, Vanifear Cord, whatever you want to call it, and it was really sweet. It's probably going to be my go-to deck if I have to play in paper next time I find myself in a paper tournament. All right, so blue-white spirits. Thalia seems kind of mediocre. Path to Exile seems fine. None of the other cards in my deck seem great here. I guess Deputy of Detention is fine, and then maybe a Teferi. Do I just want like a Stubborn Denial against their Path to Exiles? They don't have that many non-creature spells though. Like what's better here? Is like my Teferi better or my Stubborn Denial better? Nah, it's fine. You don't shuffle every pot activation. And like modern is mono shuffling. If you don't like shuffling, you don't play modern. I'll tell you what's better, watching you sideboard when you have your opponent's deck list. Yeah, being able to look at their deck list and just be like, this is all the good stuff, like. I believe they're just on blue-white. I believe they're just on blue-white. I'm gonna put in a Miser. I'm gonna put in a Miser Teferi. Just because why not? He's like soft removal too. Yeah, the rival event was awesome. Like the finals, the game 2 of the finals was great, right? When I like ripped the second climb and I was like, they have 0 cards in their 75 that prevent me from killing them here, right? And I just like got to double check and just be like, yep, dead. I agree. Knowing deck lists and public information like that is better for better players as well, because better players are going to do more with the information available to them. Gosh, this hand is so good with some lands, but all 6 spell hands look good, so let's be disciplined. This hand needs a green source, but it has turn 2 displacers. Let's go ahead and keep. Alright, so I think with this draw, I just slide this out here on human and cast Noble Hierarch. And then next turn I can go stir for something, play Displacer or something else. Oh, I can't do that actually because the Cavern's on human. I think it's still right to put this on human and get the Noble Hierarch going. Or we could just play that. That one works too. Magic's really tough, chat. It's a hard game. It's a hard knock life. Do 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 do. I will take your phantasmal image that would copy my seer. Do 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 do. These BCW sleeves do shuffle really well. Love me a good riffle bridge, chat. It's all about the riffle bridge. These are the BCW Elite Guard 2s. They are a really quality sleeve for a really great price. They're $8 for 100. And then you can use my discount code to get 10% off of that even at their site. Like, if you watch my streams with any amount of regularity, you know I am not kind to these sleeves, and I am shuffling them a lot. I think I want to get Skyspawner going first here. I assume they're going to diddle my Thought-Knot Seer when I enter combat here. The corners get memed. I have a couple of memed corners, but not really anywhere. So like this is, I've had these on here for a couple of weeks now. How many messed up corners do I have? I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have six messed up corners on 60 cards for my aggressive packing. And half my shuffling I do like this too. Like I do the bridges on here, but yeah, this messes up the corners on basically any sleeve eventually. I have 6, which is 10% on 60 cards. It's worth noting though too, if you're just playing decks casually, that the messed up corners, they're just bent over, they're not split. So like when I use Dragon Shield mats and I pack like that, the Dragon Shield mat corners actually break open and expose the card underneath them, whereas this just bends over and doesn't actually expose the card, so it still protects the card inside of it, which is ideal. Do I shuffle my opponent's deck in paper? Yeah, you should always shuffle your opponent's deck in paper. When I shuffle my opponent's deck in paper, I don't do this, because this obviously bends the cards a lot. When I shuffle in paper of my opponent's decks, I do the side pack like this, which bends them a little as it shuffles in, but if you don't want your cards bent in paper, you just shouldn't be playing with them. Playing with Magic cards bends them, because you need to shuffle them. Yeah, if you're not playing at competitive or professional REL, like the corners there are not a big deal. But if you're playing in Grand Prix or Opens or whatnot, you should honestly, if you're playing in competitive REL tournaments like that, you should replace your sleeves at the start of every event. I mean, you can do it without bending the cards if you're like super careful, but then it goes slowly, and then you're like racing against the clock because you're playing Magic with the clock. Yeah, it's definitely one of the costs of grinding I think enough people don't think about. I'm actually going to take this trade here because this Nebelgast Herald makes my Eldrazi Displacer a lot worse. Because it means they get to tap my things when I diddle their things. I mean, this is basically mash shuffling. I'm mashing them in. Only have one card left in their hand here. We're pretty far ahead at the moment. Wait, what? Opponent. Opponent made an oopsie poopsie. You want to stack these so they draw the card, and then you get the trigger. So they should have pathed me in response to the Displacer. They did get to draw a card here still, but I kept my Thought-Knot Seer, which is the goal. And they also didn't, like, they should have waited for me to attack, because now I get to attack them with this as a 2-2. If I'm shuffling my opponent's deck, which clock is ticking down? The shared clock. Well, when you register a bunch of mediocre cards, you draw a bunch of mediocre cards. Sags, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good Friday. TGIF, by the way, folks. Thanks for hanging out today. Man, maybe we're gonna get through three or even 4 Modern videos today. I had someone donate for Death Shadow with a bunch of dollar dues yesterday, so I might do that next. Might do some Shadow aggro. It's like Death Shadow, Zoo Shadow. It's like Shadow Zoo. It's not like Monastery Swift Spears and Become Immenses. Spirits is okay, but like Bant Spirits is definitely better than Blue-White. The card advantage from Collected Company and the acceleration from Noble Hierarch are both pretty important. Isn't this deck too fair for what you want to play in Modern? Yeah, probably. Yeah, today's all Magic Online. We'll have bad viewers regardless of what we do because the Mythic Championship's going on, so I'm using today as an excuse to clear out some of the backlog. Just pile shuffle. It seems like pretty reasonable. It's hard to pass up like the double Temple opener. Yeah, I think the deck was definitely a lot better when people didn't understand the play patterns it had going on. I wish I knew what they were playing. So, like, do I take Eldrazi Displacer so I can curve that out into Genre of Hope? Or do I, like, take Thought-Knot Seer so I can, like, have Disruption on 3? I'm probably supposed to take the Thought-Knot Seer and have Disruption on 3. Oh, you know what? I probably should have Shocked as well to play the Breeding Pool. Maybe. Scalding Charge. I would like the record to reflect, so no one is surprised, that if my opponent is playing the card Blood Moon, I am not playing the match. Just so everything's above the board and people understand where I'm at in my life. So, I think I want to play Eldrazi Temple here because I want to play Cavern for Thought-Knot Seer next turn. I could, like, Shock and then play Engineered Explosives here, but then, like, they could Mana Leak or remand my Thought-Knot Seer, which sounds really terrible for me. Dr. Dre says... Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. There's a big old blocker. Next turn I get to Eldrazi Temple and then play Drowner of Hope, which is great. I think I just take their Burst Lightning here. Cavern is on Squidbilly. I might just If they don't pass with Remand Up, are they passing with Remand Up? Alright, if they're passing with Remand Up, we're just going to cast an Eldrazi. I'm going to attack for 4 to start. I took their Burst Lightning, right? I'm going to attack for 4 to start. Mom spaghetti, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on the sweater already, but you keep on forgetting. Do 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 do. Do they draw Bolt? Did you draw Bolt? They drew Bolt. I'm gonna be incredibly sad with this attack, but I think it's right to just jam here. Do 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 do. I wouldn't be surprised to see Remand just get cycled here. So even though this can't be countered, Remand draws a card. Interesting. Are they just not using their mana this turn? That seems really inefficient. They just like plan to keep holding Remand up. Lava Spike. B. Aggressive. B. E. Aggressive. Do 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 do. All right, that's pretty aggro. Aggro. Second Delver. Wait, what? Do they not know I have I think they know I have Engineered Explosives, right? Why on God's green earth would they play out? Do they think this is, maybe they don't know the rule changed? They might not know that the rule changed. So people that haven't played Magic for a hot second, they changed the rules so this is converted mana cost 1 on the flip side. So I think we're about to teach our opponent a valuable lesson about Magic the Gathering. And like, Thalia gets to show up to the party too. God bless us, everyone. All right, Path to Exile sounds great. Deputy of Detention is probably fine. Honestly, Knight of Autumn might be okay here too. Just like the fact they have Lava Spike in their deck means they're like super aggressive. I don't actually know what I want to cut though. Like everything in my deck seems good right now. Should have flexed and played Thalia first, right? Deputy Detention's probably bad against Mono Lightning Bolt, so let's ignore that idea. Are these worth bringing in? Is it crazy to cut Thought-Knot Seer here? You think I'd rather cut Smasher against the Young Pyromancer deck? You crazy. You crazy. Eldrazi Displacer dies to Bolt. What if I cut those? We're playing against Blue-Red Delver with Lava Spike in it. It could be some mix of Drowners and Displacers. I'm gonna cut 2 and 1 and bring these in. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, drawing too many Drowners is bad though. Yeah, that's true. Displacer does get a little bit better because we're bringing Knight in. That's a fair assessment. Oh, it's so good. Dude, so good. Nice counter spells. Why did you register remand? And mana leak is in your deck. Why would you play those cards? Don't you know this is modern? Do 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 do. Look at them passing with their powerful interactive. Oh no! 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 Why? Oh no! Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong, where the blood moons make my lands cast, not my spells. Wise blood moon. Do 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 do. I'm conceding here, right? This is a concession. Pretty sure this is a concession. All right, good. Just checking to make sure all the facts line up. Opponent trying to get hit. The pride cometh before the fall, chat. The pride cometh before the fall. Never forget. Do I want Stubborn Denials to fight Blood Moon? Do I want Stubborn Denial to fight Blood Moon? I probably do, right? Give him that fat stubby D. Tis a fight worth having. Side in basics. Someone asked about our record. We are 3-0 heading to game 3 of the 4th match. Dang it, Magic Online. Is this the last league of the day? No, I'm going to do at least one more. Alright, that's not the fetch land I wanted for Christmas, but it'll do in a pinch. They kept a one-lander. All right. Welcome to Thunderdome. Hope you're having a good time. Look at that. Look at that, chat. And they said we couldn't beat a Blood Moon, chat. Little did they know. Steady as she goes. Do, 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 do. Listen, people thinking that this was a loose hand to keep. No gamble, no future. No gamble, no future. Speaking of loose keeps... Our opponent is captain of the loose keep squad over here. Anger of the Gods is in their deck at the moment. Do I just take their remand? I think I take their remand. And then next turn, we go driving in our Smasher. Beep, beep. Do, 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 do. I'm taking remand because my Cavern's on human. Welcome to Thunderdome. Enjoy your stay. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Meep, meep. Yay! Magic! We did it! We did it! Welcome to Italy, home of spaghetti. Can we appreciate the fact that they've registered Anger of the Gods, Young Pyromancer? I don't know. I don't know what game. Our opponent's like playing 4D chess over here. Let me play another creature that doesn't die to anger. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel? Like, anger is probably not a terrible card to have in their deck, but I'm super confused why it would be in against us. Look, chat, we're 4-0. We're 4-0. Bringing it back. Baby got back. Onward, upward, backward, forward. To the next one. To infinity and beyond. This hand is more than good. It's great. Just ignore the engineered explosives that don't do anything for a minute and just focus on these 5 cards. These 5 cards are real good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Spike me, baby. Spike me right into the ground. Do it. Your big, powerful lava spikes. Eldrazi Temple. Eldrazi Temple. Gosh, why are we so unlucky, chat? Why are we so incredibly unlucky? Couldn't rip an Eldrazi Temple. Go. I guess. See, my opponent's playing the next level. All their cards are foil, so if you notice, my client keeps locking up. It's the secret technology. The secret sauce. The secret sauce. All right, I'm gonna go and attack for 1 here. And then I'm gonna sack this to play Thought-Knot Seer rather than Shocking and Breeding Pool. I know this means I can't guaranteed cast Reality Smasher next turn, but I think that's fine. I actually think attacking with Eidolon there is smart. Just because, like, the Eidolon's going to do way more to them than it is going to do to us from this point in the game. Actually, was it? Maybe I'm supposed to, I think I'm actually supposed to take Lava Spike there. Yeah, I'm supposed to take Lava Spike there because that way if they drew another 2-mana card this turn, it would get stuck in their hand and I'd be able to Thought-Knot Seer it away. So I took the wrong card with my Thought-Knot Seer. They drew a land, so it doesn't matter, but it is worth noting I did take the wrong card. Driving in my car, beep beep, hope no one wrecks into me. These are my smushers are amazing. Charge. I forget if I mentioned it, but thanks for the 14 months, Squee. Welcome back. They did, chat. They did. So my opponent actually should not have fetched there. And the reason they shouldn't have fetched there is if they hit Lightning Helix, they could have gotten another turn by not fetching. By fetching, they put themselves to 6, which means Helix only put them to 9, so they're still dead on board. So if they don't fetch, they could draw Helix and Helix to 10 and get an extra draw step. Things that are worth noting. Our sideboard's actually kind of dope here. Do the kids still say dope? Can I say dope? Am I fly if I say this is dope? Does anybody know? How do we feel? You're 35 and say, okay, if Bogle says dope, I probably shouldn't say dope. It's lit. Do I care about Path to Exile in this matchup? I almost feel like I don't want, not enough to want the 4th. How do we feel about this sideboarding? This seems good. Am I fly if I say this is dope? Maybe Displacer's a little bit too clunky. Maybe Path's better, especially on the draw. I'm going to bring in Path on the draw. Saying dope is pretty whack. This hand does not have a lot of lands in it. It doesn't have any of our sideboard cards, and the land that it does have hurts us, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan. This hand is really good if I'm lucky, so I'm going to keep. Yikes. So, I think I lead on Brushland here. So I can Path to Exile this Goblin guy. This is going to fetch Breeding Pool for us. Unfortunately, I cannot find Basic Island. And by that, I mean we're going to play Hallowed Fountain tap next turn now. Oh, you know what? I think I'm supposed to leave the Engineered Explosives in my deck because they probably have Ensnaring Bridge post-board. So I think I'm misboarded right now. I do have Night of Autumn to be able to destroy Ensnaring Bridge, which is great for us, but I do think I'm currently boarded incorrectly. I am not doing any standard today, 3 frags. I think I'm gonna do another Modern League after this. I'm clearing out some of the old backlog. Any suggestions for a soon-to-be first-time streamer? Yeah, do it because you love doing it. Streaming is fun. Have a good time with it. And modern and Legacy are basically the formats that all they do is highlight things that could probably be described as blights on Magic's design. Am I off all weekend? I am not. I don't know when I'm streaming it this weekend, but I do not intend to take the entire weekend off. Hey, Sailor Dark, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I might actually sneak back on tonight after Christy's taking the kids out tonight. So, there's a birthday party or something they're going to. So I think I might actually pop back on tonight after the Mythic Championship is done. I'm going to be on either tonight or tomorrow after the Mythic Championship is done with Standard. Need to figure out when. Burp, burp. We're probably dead here. We're at 10. They're going to Grim Boy us down to 8, and then probably Boros Charm us down to 4 or something, or Helix us down to 5. Yeah, after I'm done today, I'll host the Mythic Championship here so people can hang out and chat here in a smaller chat. Look at that. We're up to 650 people. It's more than I expected this morning. All right, I mean, they didn't burn us at end of turn, which could bode very well for us. I'm gonna put this on human and play this out. I have this fat stubby D in my hand. They're sub only on the Mythic Championship. Okay, interesting. You want to palm my stubby D opponent? Take that to mean whatever you will, chat. Get your heads out of the gutter. Oh no, they have another? Searing Blood, rude. I do not know what their best of 3 format refers to, no. Alright, game 3 on the plate. It's fine, chat. This is the hard one. The hard one's the one where you're on the draw. So we'll win the one on the play. And I think I need to get Engineered Explosives in my deck in the event of Ensnaring Bridge. So I'm gonna cut these Displacers and put a couple of old Engineered Explosives in. I've played Keyforge. I don't know how their best of 3 format differs. Keyforge is probably a really sweet sealed game, and it's probably a great casual game. The actual mechanics of the game in Keyforge are great. I just think the way that their deck things work is a little obnoxious. Man, is this hand good or is it great? This hand's like busted. This is like, yeah. I can taste the 5-0, chat. I can taste the Hawaii 5-0. Oh, that's actually absurd, Rod. I like that a lot. That sounds like a great way to balance things. That's sweet. That's really innovative. I like that. That's awesome. Thanks, Weather Rain. People are capable of changing. Ooh, that's kind of punishing. It was right to play my Shockland on one, but it does feel a little bit bad to, like, draw the Skyspawner here and not be able to cast it. Nah, I think it's right to just get the Temple Garden into play tapped here. Cool Stuff Inc. should have... I believe Cool Stuff Inc. has those decks in stock, Rod. So, they could send both their Rift Bolts at this Thought-Knot Seer, but, like, that's a win for us, so pretty okay with that outcome. So they do get to just, like, 12 me here with Lava Spike plus Skewer. I do have a gain 4 in my hand here, which is nice. If they drew Bolt for the turn, I'm gonna die to cracking this fetch land. but I think it's right to crack the fetch land. I boarded my Displacers out, which might have been wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to leave Displacer in and cut Thalia. Alright, so dead to Deflecting Palm. Alright, are they dead? Do 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 do. Don't Deflecting Palm my face now. Do 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 do. We 5-0 now. Do 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 do. The old 8-land burn draw. All right, we hit the Hawaii 5-0. I don't know that I really have suggestions for a deck like this. It seemed pretty reasonable, I guess. I don't know. I like the Thalia's main. I haven't looked at these lists for a while, but I like Thalia's main. I think this card's pretty reasonable. Like, one of the things this deck felt like it lacked was more cheap disruption. And like, this is a cheap-ish disruptive card, which is nice. Yeah, Drowner's pretty great. I think if you want to play this deck, you should just be going big with Drowner. So, it's a pile of modern legal cards that has a plan. That's a great way to describe it. It's doing something and it's kind of proactive. Yeah, $250 per chest if you want me to open them isn't tough. All right, let's grab cards for a couple more decks. I think we should have time to get through like 4 things today, I think. I'm gonna play a couple. Oh, I already have Summoner's Egg in my thing. Perfect. I'm gonna grab cards for Shadow Zoo and this. See if we have time to do both. If a phone call scheduled at 2 o'clock, but that's 3.5 hours from now, right? 4.5 hours? How's math work? 3.5. How do you like your eggs? Sunny side up. Yeah, occasionally you have to talk to people for the work that I do. It's the worst. As in Toth with the tip. Double chesties. Let's do it. One little, two little, three little gambles, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little gambles, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little gambles. Did we hit anything worth anything? Look at that. Look at that. 5 play points. The old 50 cent. Scraft. The old 50 cent. We turned $4 worth, $5 worth of treasure chests into $1 worth of play points. Got him. Ha! Got him. I need to take a high resolution picture today so we can make a pink emote for the channel, I think. Yeah, new Mulligan's great. I think it sounds awesome. It's been a hot second since we had to change out decks on stream. Space Heater's making me too hot. We're too hot. It's getting hot in here, so hot. So take off all your clothes. Do 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 do. My rules for Legacy are gonna remain the same regardless of what the Mulligan rule is. I'm only playing decks that can win on turn 1, or Soul Land Chalice decks, or Brainstorm decks moving forward. Those are the 3. If your deck doesn't fall into one of those 3 categories, I'm not playing it. Pick one of the 3. Those are the 3 types of things that I think are interesting in Legacy. I mean, yeah, playable, Bogle, playable. Oh, you sent a donation for chess. All right, hold on, sorry. Yeah, well, this is the other part where, like, I have to just be, like, completely zoned out to, like, get things done to get cards around. Whoop. For 2 more chesties, let's hit it. Gamble number 3 says, can we do better than 50 cent? Can we do better than 50 cent? 50 cent and a Trinisphere. Look at that. Look at that. 6 buckaroos, chat. 6 buckaroos. Hit it big. Hit it big. Ooh, 850 in play points, chat. About 850. Cha-ching. Look at us. We're up on the day. Ripped 4 treasure chests. Got you know, $10 worth of play points and a Trinisphere. Ain't gambling fun? All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and then when I get back, we're gonna play. We're gonna play some Summoner's Egg. All right, let's crack a few eggs here, shall we?